What would you have to say to the criticisms that some of the moves, like just shutting down USAID without consulting Congress, is unconstitutional?
That's about what I think about it right there. I don't care, and I want to see more of it.
Things that just make sense at CPAC. Free the J6 political hostages. We've got the deportation center. It's giving something. I don't get it. We've got swag, the golden era. Oh, yes. Alliance Defending Freedom. Love those guys. Make America healthy again. No, we hate kings. We definitely do not want one. Okay. It's kind of symbolic that the only thing they've managed to shoot so far is illegal immigration, and DEI, government spending, and forever wars are just kind of still here. George Washington, what do you think of Donald Trump?
Well, madam, I cannot speak to anything but my own time in such a way, but everything I have heard spoken of the man here sounds as if he is of the same mindset that I was.
Oh, we hate kings.
Someone who does not look for their own advantage.
Okay.
Some folks are concerned, especially with the new budget that is being proposed. It's estimated to cost $4.5 trillion over the next 10 years. People are worried that these cuts are going to offset those tax cuts for those making over $400,000 a year rather than back into our pocket.
Who gives a fuck?
We got a Trump 2028 sticker. You want a third term?
Who doesn't?
The second
You never
was
know.
robbed
The
from
sky's,
us.
the sky's the limit.
And how many terms would you like to see? Indefinite? Like, keep it going? Like, let's bring back FDR style.
He needs to retire. He needs to enjoy his life.
Yeah.
I've been to 109 rallies where Donald Trump was president.
109 Trump rallies.
With Trump, but I've been to many
With
other.
these gas prices?
Yes, I know. I got to admit, I've dipped into my retirement savings. I'm 65. I've put myself into a debt situation. Things are kind of desperate. I've been all over America, and I stopped working for a period of time with an agreement that I come back. But I had to be part of history.
Elon Musk in particular, he's unelected, he's an appointed advisor, there's no oversight, and when it comes to Elon Musk, he does have billions of dollars of his own contracts with, say, like the Department of Defense. Does it concern you that there's a conflict of interest there with Elon?
I don't think, number one, he's already rich. Yeah, what kind of oversight do you need when he's finding government corruption? He's not creating it.
Look what Doge is doing. They're getting they're finding where the taxpayer money is. They're stopping it. They're cutting out these fundings that are funding these terrible, terrible individuals and organizations, right?
Can you give some examples for folks that might not be aware?
Examples of
Like the things
USAID?
that, like USAID or some of the other corruption that Elon and Doge have found?
I mean, the transgender funding other nations for that. Like, why are we sending our money over to fund,
Sesame Street, Saudi Arabia. You got $50 million going to condoms for Gaza.
Dude, this guy's a billionaire, he's the richest man on the planet. He doesn't care about that. When you look at the morals and
He doesn't care about his contracts?
well, of course he does. He's a business owner, right?
Right.
He's a business owner.
Exactly.
Okay. So what about
Can't
it?
be controlled by money.
He can't be. Yeah, exactly. He can't be controlled.
Right, but if he's putting himself in control of his own contracts with the government, that's where we're seeing that conflict of interest.
What is
the
it?
Biden administration actually gave him a contract through Tesla.
Yep.
Sure, I'm not saying there's a problem with him having contracts. You know, lots of private citizens have contracts with the federal government. We contract out all sorts of different labor. I'm not saying that's the problem. I'm saying Elon overseeing his own contracts, right? That's the
How has
conflict.
the United States government been doing it? How did Nancy Pelosi obtain all her wealth? There's a problem. We take the democratic way, right? And you can protest. You can have a problem with it. You can bring it to the limelight.
What is the democratic way to reel in Elon Musk when he is an unelected appointed official?
No,
He's actually elected. He was on the ballot.
the
I
American
believe.
people.
Elon Musk was not elected.
He was
Well, no. From a democratic perspective, he was not elected. The American people voted for that. Voted exactly for what?
They voted for Donald
That's
Trump.
your opinion. No, he voted. Yeah, they marked Donald Trump, but Donald Trump brought in Elon Musk.
There are constitutional processes for getting rid of that funding. Congress has power of the purse. Congress passes the budget. The president signs it. That's our constitutional process for determining where our money goes.
Who dictates the constitutional process? Is it?
The Supreme Court interprets the Constitution.
Well, it has to be legislated through Democrats and Republicans. Go through the Senate, the Congress, correct?
Yeah, we have a bipartisan
dictate
Congress, though the
the
Congress is in
transparency.
Republican control at the moment. And with a Republican control in Congress, you could pass a budget making these cuts and go through it constitutionally.
Yeah, but that's been the way of the United States for how long, and it's not been working out very well.
USAID workers, and you can disagree with the work they were doing, but they're American citizens doing a job for the U.S. government. The U.S. government sent them overseas to do a job, getting abandoned now by their own government. You have workers in the Middle East where they are in dangerous areas, waking up and the panic buttons are removed from their phones. If something happens to them, their government now just stranded them there. I don't care if you disagree with the work they were doing. That's un-American. We bring them home.
They can fire hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people that did not want to take a bullshit vaccination, which is completely fake. I'm talking
It's killing
teachers,
killed people.
hospital nurses, military members,
Okay,
firemen.
I can say I agree. I agree in the right to make your own medical decisions. I don't think anybody should be forced to take a vaccine that they don't want. 100%. Do you agree it's wrong to leave American workers that we sent overseas, stranded overseas?
Well, where were they sent? What is when you
Even if you disagree with the job they were doing, they were sent there by our government and then fired. We have a responsibility
by
to
the
bring them
Biden-
home.
They were sent over by the Biden administration.
That's still the American government.
There is one part of Elon Musk that does worry me, and it's the centralization of power. Tesla records everything that you do in every vehicle, and anybody who walks by it, it's always recording. X does the same thing. It tracks everything you do, everywhere you go, and every post you make. So it knows you pretty well. And integrating banking into that system, I'm not seeing the checks and balances being put in place, or safeguards rather,
Yeah.
for security and privacy that we need. I mean, even if Elon Musk has the purest of intentions,
Right.
let's say, he was doing this purely out of his goodwill for the America's future. It can still be subverted if all the data and all the intelligence collections is in a centralized place. Then without safeguards put in place, then our data and our intellectual property is compromised by that point.
I go to events all over. I've talked to folks on the right, folks on the left. There's no one I've ever spoken with that's totally fine with where every one of their tax dollars is spent. Like, this is something we can look into, but there's a legal way to do that, and there's a way to do that we can ensure accountability to the American people.
True. Yeah.
Ideology is ideology when we're talking about like white supremacist ideology, race superiority. It's not your skin color. You could have like those ideologies and be any color, right?
So the white supremacist movement is inclusive. You guys doing DEI?
You guys is too much. You're putting me in that category.
No, I'm saying, is it DEI then?
I'm guessing there could be some DEI with it.
It's DE. Oh, it is.
The white supremacists are doing DEI. Are we given a reason for being asked to leave?
No, but I can give you an email address that you can email and ask them all those questions.
Oh, okay.
Freedom of speech.
Yeah, I thought we liked freedom of speech, freedom of press, First Amendment. So we are getting kicked out of CPAC right now. They won't give us a reason why. We are here legally. We're all getting kicked out. I gotta get my coat before I'm thrown out of the free speech convention. Wub, wub, wub. Wub, 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 wub. Wub, 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 wub. Just getting my steps in. I love this guy. He's security. He's keeping the people safe from menaces like me and other unknowns. You're a pal. You're a real one.
Thank you.
It's okay. I didn't want to be here anyway. Are you Secret Service or hotel security?
I'm contracted by CPAC for security.
Okay, so you're contracted. Man. No offense, but it would have been really cool to get kicked out by Secret Service. Or maybe, I don't know, that might be like a felony. Probably not, actually. Yeah.
I'd have to do something pretty major to have Secret Service kick me out.
I'd really like to not have that happen, so
I get it.
let's be
I
chill.
don't think most people want that to happen.
For the rest of our journey together, I'm going to pretend you're my security, though, because it makes me feel like a big shot. You need like a really tough security man name, like Bartholomew.
That's actually my name.
Your name is Bartholomew? Oh my god.
Yes.
I'm so good at this. I get to go through the secret door. Okay, don't put me down back here, okay? People will come looking.
It just pops you out on the
Okay, I don't know, it's pretty spooky. With the star, that's ominous, dude. The star doesn't make me feel happy. That's not a happy star. That's a bad things happen here star. Thanks, Bartholomew. I believe in you. Well, that was fun while it lasted.